Oftentimes when we talk about Mexican immigrants in this country, it's usually geared toward a lot of xenophobia, a lot of ridiculous stereotypes, but we never really talk about how Mexican immigrants are treated in farms and various states throughout the country.
Wait a minute, I thought they came here for a better life. Are we treating them like shit? Are we evil, racist xenophobes? Maybe they shouldn't be anywhere near us then. Let's build the wall.
Now, there is a story involving the Department of Labor, which has filed a lawsuit against G Farms. This is a farm in Arizona. Apparently, the department says that G Farms housed about 70 workers here on a visa in a dangerous and unsanitary encampment composed of school buses, semi-trailers, a cargo container, and an open-air shed. So officials investigated the scene and they realized these guys are living in an incredibly unsafe place, right? They're not housed properly, they're not paid properly. Let me give you more details. According to court documents, the farm crammed 10 workers into each school bus to sleep in. The rear exits of the buses were blocked by a mobile air conditioner, creating a safety risk. The documents state the air conditioner only blew hot air. And if that wasn't bad enough, an investigator with the department also found that the shower facilities were filthy and trash-ridden, and that an electrical cord used to supply lighting inside ran through the shower area and was exposed to standing water, which could result in electrocution. Now, the owner of the farm completely denies these charges and said, okay, all of these things are false, but we found apartments and hotel rooms for them to stay in. No, but that's what you should have done in the beginning. You shouldn't have had to let it get to this point where investigators realize that these people are being housed in unsafe conditions.
Okay, so it's a given that liberals are fucking garbage and they're the reason this shit is happening. They're the reason these people are treated like shit to be cheap labor for big corporations because fuck white people. But where the really odious autism comes from is the libertarians who don't oppose this shit. We're supposed to have open borders, and I'm supposed to compete with these people in a free market. People who are okay sleeping on a fucking school bus with 10 other people. Oh, if you don't like that, decadent white man, then you don't deserve a job. We have to bring these immigrants in because Americans won't do these jobs for 10 cents an hour living in a 100-degree cuck shed. By the way, to my commie bros, if you don't support immigration restrictions and building the wall, you're basically a useful idiot for global capital. I mean, maybe you can agree with me on this. These people ought to be staying in their own countries and overthrowing the structures that are making them so shitty. I mean, to whatever degree that it is the result of those structures rather than just the people being shitty on a genetic level. In fact, that's a big part of why the Mexican government is so keen on offloading these people on us. Because hell, eventually they might get tired of living in squalor and having cartels rule over them, and maybe they might start killing some people. I do agree with the third worldist that sort of thing is only really possible in the third world, but and even though Mexico's not third world, it sounds like it's close enough. But nah, fam, let's send all the revolutionary potential to a place where it's gonna get addicted to McDonald's and never raise a finger against the establishment ever again. Better yet, it's going to be a tool of that establishment to lower the wages for everyone and make us all subservient. How is it a better life to be sleeping on a bus with 10 other people? Jesus Christ. How shitty is Mexico? By all rights, it should be a tropical paradise. What are you people doing?
By the way, they were paid between 13 cents and 17 cents per bag of onions that they pick. And the farm owner says, no, that's totally fair. If you do the math, they get about $10 an hour, right? But the investigator said that no, they're actually making less, way less than minimum wage. These are all things that need to be proven, obviously, and this is a lawsuit. But these are people who left everything in their own countries behind to come here and do the work that Americans, keep it in real, refuse to do, right? And we continuously demonize them as if they're all criminals and they're all rapists and they're all bad people.
Here's an idea for you. Americans don't need to fucking do these jobs. We can mechanize them. We've already got this going on in other countries. And we're talking about onions in this case, so let's see what mechanized onion harvesting looks like. Fuck off with your 10 to 13 cents a bag.
양파의 저장성을 높이도록 고안됐습니다. 그리고 이번에 첫 선을 보인 양파 자동 파종 시스템은 트레이 공급, 상토 충전, 자동 파종, 관수, 트레이 적재를 자동으로 할 수 있는 기계로서 420트레이의 경우
can't
시간당
understand
400장을
you.
파종할 수
Go
있다고
back to
합니다.
your country. White power.
대부분 인력에 의존하고 있는 양파 재배가 기계화가 되면 재배 농가의 일손 부족 및 경영비 절감에 큰 도움이 되는데요. 앞으로 양파를 비롯한 주요 밭작물에 대해서도 연차적으로 기계화 재배를 적극 추진해 나갔으면 좋겠습니다.
So, in the same way that slavery likely slowed the early mechanization of farming, this cheap immigrant labor is slowing the full mechanization of farming. And if you guys want to talk about efficiency and lower prices for the consumer and feeding more people, mechanization of farming has always done that. If it's more expensive than immigrant labor right now, it won't be for long. I mean, would you rather have a tractor or a couple slaves? You know, it's pretty ironic, the policies that are causing this, they're pushed by so-called progressives, and this is doing nothing but halting progress. The incentive structure is completely fucked here.